Hello and welcome back to Only a Bag, an Italian travel podcast. I'm Darcy Melton.
And I'm Nathaniel Mellor.
Thanks everybody for listening to us again. We've been on a bit of a break. To you all, it looks like we only took a 1 week break, but we were actually away for 3 weeks. And I'm feeling a little rusty getting back to the podcast.
We've taken, how many of this is like take 9, I think at this point, take 10.
It's too many for the amount of talking we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, it's a very short episode. You guys have probably already noticed from the, it's a mini-sode, if we're going to call that. Their welcome back-sode
Exactly.
From the timestamp.
Because we were planning on recording and having a podcast episode ready for you all today. But it took us a little more stress and a lot more time to get back than we thought it would.
No kidding. Yeah.
How many days did it take you to get here, Nathaniel?
I think it was only supposed to take 2 and ended up taking closer to 4, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. I think it was supposed to be a very short trip back. And I think a couple canceled flights. I don't know if anyone else was flying this past weekend. It was like kind of it's post July 4th. But a lot of flights were canceled. A lot of flights were delayed. I was on 2 different canceled flights, I think, and then ended up in London, which was not part of the itinerary.
That was not your planned destination.
That was not my planned. That wasn't even my planned anything. It wasn't a planned layover. I mean, it wasn't like the plane was diverted. They were like, well, the flights to Rome have been canceled, so how about a flight to London? And I said, that sounds good.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. So instead of getting back, I think we're supposed to get back Monday and then record this Tuesday and put it out Wednesday. We got back Tuesday, jet lagged, exhausted, super tired. And we thought, you know what? We could just do a little like update episode and then do a later this week, probably by Friday, we'll have like the full episode, and then next week we'll be back to the normal
regularly scheduled Wednesdays.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's been crazy. Like 3 weeks we've been gone. Last time I think y'all heard my dulcet tones. I was recovering from food poisoning, and I don't think I talked very much on any of those episodes.
And then we both had colds.
Oh my God,
after that.
yeah, because I dropped you off at the airport, and then I came back, and then the next day I was feeling kind of weird, and I texted you, and you were like, "Oh no, me too. I'm sick." So yeah, we both were like sick for a week after that, and then I flew to the States, and then we flew back, I guess, separately but together a couple days ago. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a trip.
It's been a trip.
It's been a trip. Yeah.
So we're back. Just letting you all know that we are here. We will show up with an episode hopefully by Friday. And this month we're talking about food, right?
And I think specifically, if I'm mistaken, we're talking a lot about like something we've mentioned in some of the previous episodes are like what you are supposed to do at like restaurants and what kind of food to expect, and something that we've been asked a lot by friends and people traveling through, kind of acquaintances basically, are like kind of what are these sort of esoteric rules around food in Italy, because I do think they seem quite aggressive maybe on the surface.
It can seem regimented, and like you have to follow the rules to the letter.
Absolutely.
Which is not always true. So
no, I don't think it's true at all.
We're going to tell you what's very Italian to do, what's very Italian to eat, what to look out for when you're looking for authentic food, you know, if you don't want to find a touristy restaurant. Just all that stuff. But also, we don't want to assuage your worry about, standing out, because it's going to be fine. If you look American or if you look like you're from a different part of the world, that's totally fine. Italians pretty much love everybody.
Yeah, except like other Italians, I think.
Yeah.
It's usually where they draw the line.
But you're going to be fine. We're going to give you the to-dos and the to-don'ts, but also just know that you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Also, if you can hear a little humming in the background, we do have a fan on. It is it's balmy 93, 94 degrees here. What is that in Celsius, like 30?
I still can't 31, do Celsius. 32? It was 29 the other day, I think.
Okay, so it's like 31, 32. It's nice, but it's toasty. And that's something we're going to even mention, I think, in August episode, because that's when we talk about, I think, hotels. And, should you expect air conditioning in your hotel? But the other fun big news is that some of you might have noticed that we have a slightly different cover design.
Woohoo! That was my quiet woohoo, so I don't blow out your eardrums.
That's very
But I'm actually very excited.
Well, I don't know if y'all knew this, but Darcy's the one who actually made the new cover.
I don't know if y'all knew this, but I'm an artist.
Yes.
I said that like it was a joke, but I really am.
Putting that, I was going to say art degree, don't have a degree, but that lack of art degree to good use.
So we have a new I know I don't, but I'm a great artist, y'all. Yeah. But I'm not really so much of a digital artist. I'm certainly not a graphic designer, but I did make the cover, and I'm pretty excited about it.
I think it looks really good. And we kind of did a little poll on Instagram. If you don't already follow us, it's only_a_bag is our Instagram handle. And yeah, we put out a poll there and our personal Instagram accounts, sort of, because you came up with 7 different designs. Well, 30 different designs. We whittled them down to 7, and then we whittled them down to a further 3, and then we put it on Instagram to kind of get people's opinions. And I think we're really happy with the one we have. So I'm glad. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you like it. Is that everything?
That's pretty much it. The only other thing is if you have any questions, any suggestions, anything that you want to know about or learn about, or if there's anything you want to know so you can, look cool talking to your friends about Italy, let us know.
Yeah. We've mentioned this in past episodes. You can reach out to us through our Instagram, through our website, onlyabag.com, through the contact page. We also have a email address. It's a free email address. It's called onlyabagofficial@gmail.com. Only a bag was already taken.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which kind of makes sense because there's a lot of
there is a lot of one bag stuff.
Well, it's actually fashion. There's a lot of fashion related, but when we came up with the idea, I don't think we thought there'd be a lot of fashion things. And you type in only a bag and you're like, oh, that's a lot of fashion stuff called only a bag, or around the idea of only a bag.
So we are only a bag official at gmail.com.
Until we have money to pay for the contact at onlyabag.com or something like that, which I don't think either of us has ever really wanted to pay for an official email for any reason.
No, not so much.
I just feels like, yeah.
So you can ask us any questions you have about Italy, about traveling, fun facts. Ask us whatever you want at onlybagofficial@gmail.com. This month we're going to be talking about food and restaurants and things like that. So if you have any questions like that, we would love to hear them. Next month we are probably going to be talking about hotels and stays and B&Bs and Airbnbs and pensiones, which don't really exist anymore.
And the star rating system.
Yes. That's a big one. The star rating system here blew my mind. Had no idea that's what it was. So if you have questions about that, let us know, and we'd love to hear from you. Yeah,
we're happy, and especially with the food, because that's what we'll be covering this month. So if you have anything specific you'd like to know, especially before you come, or if you're already here and you want to know anything specific, please let us know. Please reach out. We'll be happy to answer the question on the podcast.
Absolutely.
And I think,
you can give us maybe a made-up name, a fun handle, so that we can use your name, if you want us to, on our podcast.
Yeah, unless you wanted to use your real name, which I guess some people do.
Yeah, if you want to use your real name, that's also fine.
I think there's used to be podcasts that I'd call into, and they're like, we have a Nathaniel here.
If you don't want us to use your name, please indicate that you do not want to be named.
I think, and what we can do too is we can basically err on the side of caution and just be like, a listener has said this thing, and if you want us to use your name, we'll just put that in there.
Okay.
Does that make it easier?
That wasn't clear. What do you want them to do?
I don't know. We won't use your name unless you ask us to.
Okay, perfect.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to be privacy minded. I know some people are quite privacy minded, myself included.
Mm-hmm. That's why I use a fake name.
I know, but it's I don't want somebody to send us I don't know, Voldemort or something like that.
Maybe it's Voldemort.
Maybe it is Voldemort.
Or aren't we supposed to be not saying his name though?
Yes, maybe.
So in that case, we wouldn't be saying his
somebody
name.
At the airport had a. It's not Voldemort, but it was how all those little limousine drivers are waiting with the little signs, and one of them was waiting for Queen Elizabeth. I thought that was really funny because it's in. I didn't realize I don't know what you can do with the name Queen Elizabeth in London.
That's a good point. I would have thought that wasn't allowed.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny because I was like, is that? And the only thing I could think of was he was standing near a bunch of other people looking for single, or families, but single travelers. Mm-hmm. But the only thing I could think of was there's a cruise or something, or some sort of tour. And it was the Queen Elizabeth tour, Queen Elizabeth cruise, or Queen Elizabeth hotel or something. But it didn't look like that. I'm wondering if somebody just gave him the name Queen Elizabeth, and he's like, I don't get paid enough to care, so we're just going to show up at the airport with Queen Elizabeth.
Wow.
It seems like something I could also see bachelorette party or bachelor party doing it. But I thought that was kind of fascinating. So all that was to say is, if you have a made up name, we'll use it too.
Mm-hmm. But so we've settled on, if you ask us a question and you want us to use your name, please let us know. Otherwise, we will call you a listener.
Absolutely. I love how we worked that out like live
we did,
or whatever this is.
We all did
recorded.
it together.
We all did it. Thank you guys for helping. We all did it together.
Okay. And with that, I think we should probably let you all go and stop chit-chatting because this is not a full episode.
It's a mini-sode.
It's a mini-sode.
It's back in the saddle-sode.
Yes.
So
we'll get back to you all with a full episode by Friday.
And if you have any questions before then, please reach out.
Yeah, absolutely. At onlyabagofficial@gmail.com or on our Instagram at only_a_bag. Yeah.
No underscore after that.
Exactly. That was always a hard one for me to say.
Yeah, and please rate us, leave a rating, leave a review.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you again, by the way, to people who are doing that. I really appreciate it. I know, like, the call to arms is supposed to help and blah, 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 blah.
It really is incredibly helpful when you leave a review or stars or words or whatever it is that you're doing. It's super, super helpful.
It's been helpful, and it's just been so nice. Like, every once in a while, I'll check, like, I think every week or two I'll check, or 2 weeks, and it's just nice to be like, oh, we got another rating. That was so sweet. We got another review.
And when you leave actual words for us, especially, I mean, when you leave like stars for us, it makes our day. But when you leave words for us, we're like talking about that for weeks.
That's like our high.
Yeah, and we tell people about it too, and people are very impressed, and we're very impressed with ourselves. It's amazing.
It's a huge confidence boost. So thank you all so much. So yeah, if you have a second to follow us, to leave a review, we'd deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate it. And until then,
yeah, we'll talk to you next time on Friday.
Sounds good. Talk to you then.